oh, the beneficiary keeping the property takes out the loan. No, because they're not the trustee. And if the loan's to the trustee is the only one that can legally sign on behalf of the trust.
Tanis, let me ask you another question. So I'm a beneficiary. My mom and dad passed away. I've got a couple siblings, and I'm going to keep the home. My brother and sister have agreed I can keep the home. We have to make a loan to my parents' now irrevocable trust, right, to make sure their wishes are followed. And I want to keep their tax base. I want to keep the Prop 19 tax base. So you're going to help me make a loan to the irrevocable trust. Who signs all the paperwork for that? Do I sign the paperwork? Is my older brother, who's the trustee, who signs and executes all the documents that take place for that loan?
We get that question a lot because it's extremely important. Everyone wants to know who's responsible for this loan. So the trustee is responsible for signing loan documents on behalf of the trust because they are the trustee. By signing loan documents, they're acknowledging we're putting a lien on the property, but this loan is not to them individually, nor are any of the loan documents in their individual name. They're just signing as the successor trustee. So a lot of individuals have, the idea that, oh, the beneficiary keeping the property takes out the loan. No, because they're not the trustee. And if the loan's to the trustee is the only one that can legally sign on behalf of the trust. So in your circumstance, your brother would sign for the loan, but our loan follows the property. So once the loan's complete and property's transferred to you, then our loan follows that you now own this property with that lien on it that you need to either pay back or refinance, whatever your means would be at that time.
So the goal is, if I'm a beneficiary and I'm not the trustee, I got to be nice to the trustee because I want them to hopefully grant me my wishes. But ultimately, they're the ones they've been entrusted to do it. They're going to make the decisions, make sure the wishes are honored, sign paperwork. Ultimately, it's going to be my responsibility for the home. But the trustee really is a person I need to make sure, hopefully, we get along really well.
Yes, you do, because you're going to need their cooperation. I have seen a lot of individuals who are not getting along. Everyone's lawyered up. At the end of the day, we walk through this, and a lot of the times, even with fighting, the trustee ends up agreeing to, go down this path and allow the beneficiary to keep the property and actually sign for the loan. And the reason being is because there's essentially zero risk to the trustee, because the only action of recourse to these loans would be to foreclose on the property, and the individual that stands to lose the most is the one keeping the property, because after the loan's completed, money's in the trust account. So trustee can distribute it and sign the property over. And let's just say, that individual just disappears or stops making payments. They're going to get foreclosed on and lose their property and their inheritance. So they're the one with the risk. So once trustees, even if they are not all getting along, understand, oh, I get my money faster. I'm going to get more than if I sold it on the open market, and there's no risk to me or the trust as a whole. Most of them at that time, they comply and they say, sounds great to me. Sounds like, a no-brainer, because you're actually getting all of these benefits by allowing someone to keep it when you initially wouldn't think that's the case.